Let's get this 500 off right, boy! We'll come home and win the Daytona 500!
Eric Monaco is gonna win at Pocono for the Subway 100.
Jake Galloway will win at Darlington in the Powerade Truck Series.
Coming off the corner, it's going to be Ben Crouch taking home the win here at Chicagoland.
Really though? No he won't! Kuklon! What's up everyone, it's your boy Let's Race 97 aka Nathan Sim here, and it is time to crown a Powerade Truck Series champion for Season 3 of the Truck Series. And we are doing something that we have never done in the Powerade Truck Series. We are doing qualifying, and it is very important because this will decide the qualifying order for the finale race. More importantly, it will decide of where the final 4 drivers will start in the NIRA 200 later on tonight here at Homestead Miami Speedway. The final 4 are the number 3 of Roger Hampton, the number 22 of Osman Harvard, the number 44 of Nathan Bell, and the number 46 of PJ Williams. And it's going to be interesting, only a 10-minute session here at Homestead, and I'm not alone for this one. I am joined by the guy that made a lot of logos this season for both Trucks and Cup, Josh Ranson.
I also wrecked a lot of sheet metal at the same time, so unfortunately how that has ended up. But hey, it's good to be here at Homestead to wrap up the season, and what a better place to do it at. This is a fantastic mile-and-a-half track. We've seen some fantastic racing here in your stuff and my stuff and a whole lot of other stuff in the NR 2003 community, and I think we are set for another fantastic season ender and race here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Homestead has been the finale ever since my series began in 2018, and it's probably going to stay that way for a long time. And this weekend we will crown 2 champions, a truck and cup champion. Noah Clifton, who made it into the round of 12, he is now fastest up. Never mind, not anymore. It is one of the final 4 contenders. Osman Harvard is the fastest in the number 22, if I can find him, and there he is. The only rookie in the final 4. He's really gone off to a very strong playoffs. He wasn't really that good in the regular season, but he has been very consistent. He could have won 2 or 3 races in the playoffs alone. So this 22 team for AM Racing has found something, and they could be one of the favorites going into later on tonight.
Absolutely, and the 22 is on the top of the board right now, there with a 30.248, a solid time there for the rookie Osman Hamid, coming in looking to win the championship here at Homestead. Another championship 4 driver right there in the 44, Nathan Baird, coming in as one of the 4 as well, along with Roger Hampton in the 3 and PJ Williams, who from what I remember are a couple of the fastest guys who have been here in the Powerade Truck Series. And right now it looks like at least 2 of them are up inside the top 10 right now. It's the 22 of Osman Hamid, and a little jam up there with the 10 coming onto the track. That was Christian Vargas. Thankfully, it looks like everyone got by, but everyone coming around now looking to put their first true timed lap on the board. We'll see how it looks here in just a minute as everyone comes around.
Yeah, a lot of fast times going on right now. It went from being the 99 to the 16, the 44 to the 17, and now the part-time qualifying race winner, Quentin Moore, fastest one here in Homestead, Miami. And it's going to be interesting of how things work out, because there will be 1 pit stop in this race. And it's going to be kind of pack racy until the tires get old. Once the tires get old, about 10 laps in, then it will turn into a true race here at Homestead. And knowing how this track is, it can easily be 3 or 4 different grooves all night long. But right now, Nathan Baylor, if I can find him here, he is 5th right now. So very strong for him. Keegan Thompson came also close to making it to the final 4. He is inside the top 10, and Christian Vargas now up to the top in that number 10 machine. and Noah Clifton back up to second as well.
Yeah, Christian Vargas, I was worried there how that was going to work out for him as he was getting held up by, or I believe that was actually just him coming off the pit road, so never mind, he didn't get held up, he was holding him up. But he's gotten right in behind this group of 5 trucks right in front of him, and he's used the draft very well, but now to the top of the board, overtaking Christian Vargas, the 98 of Noah Clifton to the top of the chart, and now it's Vargas again, a 29.310, fast lap out of that driver in the number 10.
And the guy that was right behind him, Shane Winslow, he is second, and he might get another fast lap here as well. Here for Shane Winslow, and he might go to the top of the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he does in that number 20 machine. Made it through the round of 12, didn't make it into the round of 8. And Shane Winslow will go. Nope, he will not go up to the top of the board. He will stay in second place. Let's see here. PJ Williams, I'm just kind of curious of where PJ Williams is at on the racetrack and where he is at on the standings. There's PJ Williams right there. He's 16th right now. So not the best, but knowing of how this race will be, it probably won't matter too much as they will probably be able to move his way up to the front. This 46 team has been the fastest truck all season long, won the regular season championship, only has 1 win to show for it. But he has been fairly consistent all season long, by far the best truck. And if anyone were to win, I think this 46 truck would be the most deserving, granted that he has been the best truck all season long. But we just have to wait and see 40 laps here tonight at Homestead to crown a Truck Series champion. Here at Homestead. Not really too many big pats out there on the racetrack as of now. It's looking pretty good for Vargas to possibly start on the pole for the season finale.
Well, we still got 3.5 minutes to go. One guy I want to make note of that we haven't really talked about in this session, though, is the 3 of Roger Hampton. Just cracked the top 10 with a 29.663. He's one of the 4 championship drivers coming in. Haven't really made note of him just yet here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. He's had a solid season, obviously made it all the way to the championship 4. And he could be a threat starting from the 10th position, although he's going to want to get to the inside very quickly, because the more you're on that outside, the more you are absolutely going to fall back. So definitely would like to at least bump his time up 1 position. And now that he's got some open air and some trucks in front of him, maybe he could use the draft to his advantage, potentially propel his way up to the 9th position around the 75 of Francois Chastain.
And the funny thing is, last year, Roger Hampton was in the 75 machine, and he was able to win the final 2 races of the season, and he won Homestead last year and won the Rookie of the Year because of it. So Roger Hampton does have some good history at Homestead, and he could be a sleeper when it comes to later on tonight for the season finale. And Roger Hampton, he's going to stay in 10th from the looks of it. So not what he wants to be. You don't want to be on the top side necessarily. Maybe on the first couple of rows, but once you get about 10th place, that top side, it just falls off a lot. And oh my jeez, Leroy Minnick almost to the pages of the field. But they keep it straight, and Vargas still the fastest one in town with 2 minutes left in the session. Winslow in 2nd, Clifton in 3rd, Moore in 4th, Cohen in 5th, Hoff in 6th. We haven't talked about him all season long, and he's in 6th. Nathan Baylor in 7th, Eli Boy in 8th. Jake Galloway, who has the most poles out of anyone this season, is in 9th, and Francois Chastain in 10th.
One guy I want to talk about real quick is Nathan Baird. He's starting in the 7th position right now. He's the highest of the Championship 4 drivers on track right now, and Baird is starting in a very favorable position when it comes to race day here at Homestead Miami Speedway. In 7th place, 4th in line on the inside. I think there's a good chance that if he shuffles to the front, it is very likely at that point that the field will be somewhat strung out at the front, and he would be able to hold on to the lead for several laps getting into the pit cycle, as he is given the boot to Osman Hamid there coming out of turn number 2. We've seen that a few times here in the session. Some guys practicing some race winning or championship winning moves maybe. This is gutsy for qualifying. How about Madison Tull, the 24, slingshotting to the inside, making it 3 wide there. I believe, where is Tull on the board right now, time-wise right now?
Let's see, Madison Tall, she's had a very bad season and she's had a very bad qualifying. She is 30th right now. The last guy on the racetrack and the last guy in this session is the World American winner Justin Seidel, and then followed by him is the past two champions of this truck series, Christian Russell in 35th and Juan Garcia in 34th. So a lot of big names starting in the back of them right now. Osman Muhammad is actually going to start in 32nd. So that's going to be very interesting to see if Muhammad looking from the back to the front. And PJ Williams is going to be 21st as of now. And then I believe Baylor is in 10th. And Roger Hampton is up to 6th. Out of nowhere, Hampton is back inside the top 10 in P6.
One thing I will say about the guys starting in the back is that sometimes when the field is still packed on top of each other, if they stick on the inside line, they will cycle right to the front, because those guys at the front who are on the outside line and starting on the outside line of the race, if you're starting in the back on the inside like Madison Tola is now sitting in the 31st position, they could have a chance to get their way up to the front, and the battle for the championship may not be for the race win. It could be just who's in front of, who's the highest championship driver on the track right now. And starting on track, the highest championship driver right now looks like it will be the 3 of Roger Hampton. He kind of came on strong late in this session, and he nabbed 6th place there, I believe.
And he does. Roger Hampton out of nowhere gets a great qualifying effort, going to be the highest out of the 4 championship contenders. Vargas is time stuck for the majority of it, but Thibodeau, the guy who's won the last 2 part-time qualifying races, not counting Homestead, he won it at Phoenix and Chicagoland. He's going to be starting 2nd, Clifton in 3rd, Winslow in 4th, and Francois Chastain in 5th, Hampton in 6th, Frazier in 7th, Trey Smith in 8th, Quinton Moore in 9th, and Stephen Cohen in 10th. And then the championship contenders for the NIRA 200 later on tonight will start in P6 for Roger Hampton, P12 for Nathan Baird, P23 for PJ Williams, and then for Osman Ahmed, P35. So Osman Ahmed is going to be starting in the back, but that might not be a bad thing based off of what we've seen here in the past at Homestead. And of course, last year, it was any indication, it is not over until the checkered flag falls. So, based off of this qualifying session, what do you think we'll see later on tonight for the NIRA 200 and for the season finale?
Well, it's going to be interesting. I don't really know what we're going to see, considering, the past history of racing here at Homestead and in here or otherwise. So, you said it's not over till it's over, and we saw Eli Bright get into it with a couple of guys and saw his championship come to an end. Christian Russell took it away and won the Powerade Truck Series championship, which under that final caution. So it is going to be interesting to see if someone at the front, like, say, I know Roger Hampton starting on the outside, but he is starting 6th, so he's in a little bit more of a favorable position than, say, I would say Jacob Thibodeau is starting there along the outside of the front row. I would expect him to fall to the back off the start. But someone in the back, Osman Hamid in 35th, he could have a very real shot to work his way up to the front of the field, depending on how they shuffle. I know it's trucks and it's different racing than Cup, but it's Homestead, so we never know what we're gonna see. I would expect the champion to come from the 2 guys who qualified in between. I would expect it to be either Nathan Baird or even, I would say, PJ Williams is in the most favorable spot there in the 23rd spot. He's going to probably cycle his way to the front and win this championship. I don't want to jinx him. The guy has been the best truck driver all season here in the PTS. So obviously I don't want to jinx him, but again, we'll see what happens.
It's definitely going to be a long one. 40 laps under the lights here at Homestead Miami Speedway. It's going to be a good one, and we will know of who will become the Season 3 Powerade Truck Series champion here tonight. Thanks to Josh Williamson for joining me up here in the booth. He will join me once again for the main race for the NIRA 200 presented by Powerade. That's going to be a good one, and until later on tonight for the Season 3 Powerade Truck Series finale, I will see you guys then. Bye.